So today I'm going to replace the left-hand rear lamp that broke while I was changing the bulb during the cold weather. I've actually got hold of these American Spec ones with the red side lights in, so I'm going to do both, but as this was the one that got damaged, we'll focus on this one. So it's relatively straightforward. I've already unlocked the car, so open up the boot. We need some plastic trim removal tools and a 10mm socket. And that's basically it. So there's 3 bolts that we have to undo. You get the tedium of watching the undo bolts, I'm afraid, but there's no way to record really without it. It's still a bit cold and damp a bit today, but the workshop is still rammed with cars and there's just no room, and I'd like to get this resolved because it's not ideal running around with a side light not working. So here we go, 3 bolts out, and then it's going to be the turn of the trim removal tools. So that's those 3. Going to park them here so they don't roll away. And now, using the plastic trim removing tools, I'm going in between the lamp and the body and then just lifting very slightly to release the clips. I suspect that the previously broken clips, yes, they're staying in the car as expected, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of surgery on those. Now, the replacement lights have come with the wiring looms, so I'm going to have a just quick peep inside here by pulling on the loom. I won't actually pull on it. What I'm trying to do is pull on this bit on the loom so I can get to this part of the multi-plug down inside the rear 3/4 here, but it appears there's not enough flex on the cable for me to do that. I'm going to give it another quick go. Cable's actually secured in there, so we'll do it the alternative way, which is to leave the loom in the car and take the multi-plugs out of the lamp itself. There's a little multi-plug in here, and then I can just twist and remove the bulb holders. That one's a little bit dirty, so just give it a wipe while I'm here. And there's the LEDs, which were the target last time I was fitting them. So that's very straightforward. Just got to remove these 2, and I should be able to use the same trim removing tool. These are the ones that snapped in the cold the last time, so nothing to worry about, but that's why I've waited till the weather's a bit warmer before going again. There's one of them out. Always looks a bit amateurish just forcing them out, but there we go, there's no other option. So we've got the 3 retaining sockets all cleared, 3 bits of scrap that were generated during the previous breakage. So just going to do the same with the wiring loom on this other one. Just twist and turn on the bulb holders and on the socket holder. The loom needs to just be released from the holder here too. These wires are clipped in, and then twist and release on that one as well. And then the multi-plug that's down inside the lamp here, just got a little tag on it, and then it pulls out. So that's the one from the American light. The one that's here already in the car should just be the reverse operation to refit it. So plug it in. Twist and turn on the cover. Push the indicator bulb in. again with a twist and turn. Push the reverse light bulb in with a twist and turn. Now, before I tuck any of the cables back in, I'm just going to test this, make sure everything's working properly. So, side lights first. And nothing. There's a good start. So I changed the fuse. There's a separate video on my YouTube channel here that will show it to you. And you can see what I mean here. These American Spec lights have these red running lights built into them. The EU Spec lights have a blue reflector, or a reflector that's highlighted in blue. It doesn't actually do anything other than look pretty. So I've got the other light, which I'll do the other side, but yeah, I've tested all the other bulbs. Just going to put this back. Now you can see here, if I pull it forwards, you can see the, where are we? Here we are. There's one of the spikes and one of the sockets. There's another spike down here, and then the third one is right at the bottom. Now you need to get these quite well lined up before you push the lamp back. And there we go. That just pushes back into place. Just got to refit the 3 bolts. One here, one here, one here. That's job done. And then the same again the other side. Nice and easy. So the first side's all changed. Just about to do the second one, but I thought I'd point out this little anomaly that I discovered. The US Spec lamps on the twist and turn connector that feeds the side lights, there's a little securing lug. The EU Spec ones don't have this. It's very easy though to lift the lug up at the same time as turning, he says, but if all my fingers are cold and my hands are full, it's not that easy, but there we go. You can see how that's lifted up and over, and this comes off nice and easy. Same with the indicator bulb. Twist and remove. Wiring for the reverse light bulb, and then twist and remove on the reverse light bulb. Just going to pop the main loom out of the hole here too. And there we go. Undo the multi-plug that's inside. And then once that's out, that's then ready for me to leave the loom that's with this lamp and just change the lamp part of it so that I've got the matching red reflector and light on the outside, same as this one I've already done. People are going to think it's a US Spec car now. Haha. So I'm doing the other side now. I've got the camera in a little bit closer so you can see better what I'm doing. Now it's in my way, typical, huh? So 3 bolts, nice and easy. 1, 2 and 3. Just as an aside, I like to use these wobble drive extensions because it gives a bit of movement on the head, but that's just one of my personal preferences. And obviously once the bolts are actually locked and up tight, you can finish taking them out by hand, which is much quicker than twirling the ratchet continuously. So that's those 3. And then the same as the other side, going to use the plastic trim removing tool to undo the clips that are holding the lamp in. Going to see if I can put the camera in a bit closer so you get a better idea of what's happening there. There we go. Bit of a fumble, hope that didn't make your car sick. So with the plastic trim removing tool, just put it in here between the lamp and the car body. And then with this one, because it's quite wide, I just have to give it a bit of a twist. And there we go. All 3 have come out nice and easily, as they should. Helps that it's above freezing today, whereas last 3 weeks or so we've been down to about -17 at the lowest. So the lamp just comes forwards, and then same as the other side, going to release the looms, the bulb holders. Now interestingly, this one has a tab on it, the other side didn't, so I wonder if perhaps the lamp the other side has been changed before by a previous owner, or if it's an aftermarket part that's been fitted. But anyway, it's all the same in the end result. Just pressing the retaining clip on the loom, and there we go. The lamp's ready to come away. Do the reverse procedure on the light with the red trim on it. Going to start here at the top with the multi-plug for the side lights. Refit the rubber trim, and then the cap goes round. Refit the indicator bulb. They generally only have one way that they go back in, but obviously when you release them, sometimes they can flip away from the location and you just have to find that position again. Reverse light bulb with the super LEDs that I've shown on a separate video. There we go, that's now found the right place. So put the wires back into their little holders here. It's the loom back into its holder, and then to refit it, it's the same as I showed you earlier, but I'll show you again just in case people are skipping through the videos. Making sure the rubber grommets are good and that the rubber seals and the light are all good. There's one there, two up higher. These are both missing, so it's a good job I checked. Take these ones out of the other light. I need my multi-tool to do that, and another pair of hands, so I'm going to have to just step out of view. They're just little sticky rubber seals. So I've removed the one from one side. That's not sticking back because my gloves are wet. It's going to be one of those days again, isn't it? What I'm going to do is just get the other one freed off. Then I'm going to go and get myself a spot of glue so I can glue them back into position. And then I'll just show you the clips while we're here. So on the back of the light there you can see the spike, and you can just see on the body the brown plastic receiver. Just need to make sure they're nicely lined up, and then that will clip back in. The 3 bolts can go back in, and then same as I did the other side, just a light check, and then that's it. I've used just a dab of all-purpose glue on the 3 points where these rubber seals will go back on, so just push that one in. If only it would stay. There we go. So I need to make sure they don't move while I refit the lamp. So that's those 3 rubber seals that I was talking about, and now we're ready just to line the lamp back up with the, you can see the spikes here much more clearly. One spike here at the top, and that has to line up with the plastic housing clip there, and then the third one is buried slightly down inside here. Not difficult, but just make sure they're all lined up. Then you can push the lamp home and then refit the 3 bolts. Then it's just time for a light check all the way around. Now both of these lights that I bought have a little bit of damage that's apparent on delivery. I've actually glued back the missing parts that I found on this side, and on the other side it was cracked all the way down here, but I've managed to glue that back into position. Sadly, that's pretty much par for the course here in a country where customer service is completely non-existent. A lot of people don't really care. It's one of the reasons I'm so busy, because I knock them all into a cocked hat. But there we go. So yeah, a couple of lamps fitted. Just going to do the bulb check all the way around and we're done. So getting the light check done, here we go. So we've got side lights and indicators. Obviously I have to get in to do the rest. So we should have reverse gear and brake lights. So there we go. All lights should be functional. Just going to show you these red marker lights on the rear now, because they're different to what we usually see on Euro Spec cars. There's just a blue panel there, but on these ones, rather nifty little LED side light. That's cool.